What's up, YouTube? Today, I'm back with my 1911. It is definitely empty. Nothing in the magazine. Chamber emptied. So, today, I would like to talk about aiming. So those of you who don't know how to shoot, or obviously shooting is not just pressing the trigger. It's not just shooting one-handed sideways and just popping off. Nah, it's more is you got to use your sights, and you got to use some knowledge of how to manipulate the sights and how to manipulate your grip, your trigger finger. So first off, do you know how to use your sights? So looking at this here, you want your front sight to match up with your back sight, and this right here will be a perfect sight right now. You're matching this perfectly in the center, and the top of your sights you want flush with this. If you have 3 dots, you want all 3 dots in a line. You want to keep them flush. That obviously will just knowing how to line your sights up, that will set you up for a possible bullseye. Now there's a couple things that will make you move off of your bullseye. One of them is predicting the recoil of the gun. The way you pull your trigger, and yeah, pretty much those two are a big thing right there. So predicting the way you the recoil of the gun is, you know it's gonna blast, so you flinch or you like try to counter the recoil. You should have both hands straight out, squeezing the gun with both hands. Okay, so that way you can control the recoil. Don't try to push, because when you're shooting and trying to push towards the recoil, what you're doing is you're moving the gun, and you're gonna move off target. Another thing is trigger pull, trigger squeeze. If you do not know how to pull the trigger, you will point the front of the gun a little bit too much to the right or too much to the left. Now, the way you eliminate that is a lot of practice. Move your finger around. Use different spots on your finger to pull the trigger. You have to dry fire. Keep your gun empty and sit there and try to dry fire to make sure your gun is not going to move. Right, with my 1911, it's the easiest gun that I've had to pull the trigger on. There is no travel. There's hardly any travel on the trigger, and the trigger, the actual trigger pull is very easy. It's a soft trigger. What I mean about travel, the trigger travel, is the distance between where the trigger starts for me pushing it until it hits a wall. So I don't know if you can see this, but it's almost no travel whatsoever. There's the wall. Almost no travel. And then as far as how pulling the trigger, it's you cannot tell how hard the trigger is on video, but it's very soft. It's a very soft trigger. I don't know how many pounds it is. It usually goes by pounds. I don't know how many pounds it is. So if you have a long trigger, travel, it's gonna be harder to shoot straight because once your finger actually hits the wall, skips the wall, and actually goes to shoot, when it sits to the fist position, it moves your gun a little bit. It moves your gun a little bit. The little bit that you move here down the line is gonna move inches or even feet, depending how bad of a movement you had. So just because you move a little bit here doesn't mean you're gonna move a little bit there. It creates a bigger distance away from your bullseye. The good thing is there's a little remedy for that. It's not a fix. In order to fix it, you have to practice. I mean, you could always, get a custom gun, change your triggers and stuff like that. But what happens if you get a different gun? I'm pretty sure if you got a gun for self-protection, some people go as far as when shit hits the fan. What happens if you lose your gun and you find a gun down the line and you got to shoot that gun? That gun's not gonna have a custom trigger. You gotta learn how to shoot. Gotta practice shooting. A way to remedy that: if you're shooting too much to the left, these rear sights, a lot of them move side to side. Side to side. It's not easy. You're either gonna need a tool. Yeah, look for a tool, or you're gonna have to take it to a gunsmith. The problem with the gunsmith is, I don't know how much they're gonna charge you, but you're gonna have to take it to the range every single time you get it adjusted to see if it's adjusted to the way you need it. So if you do it yourself, you are gonna be able to save money, and you're gonna be able to adjust it yourself. You're shooting to the right, move your sight to the left. You're shooting to the left, move your sight to the right. That way you can manipulate how you're pointing, so when you shoot, you already measured that distance of you moving it, so that movement that you made with your altered sight, you should hit bullseye. Now, like I said, that's a small remedy. That's not a fix. Okay. So you just gotta make sure that you practice. All right. Now, the good thing is that everybody's obsessed with hitting bullseyes. You get a target, and you want to hit the little red dot in the middle of the target, that little 100 points or whatever. You want to shoot and try to hit that target. Well, guess what? You want to neutralize the threat, right? So to neutralize the threat, you want to shoot at what you call center mass. The center mass is all this right here. If you shoot somebody anywhere here, you're definitely going to be neutralizing them. So doesn't matter if you shoot here. Doesn't matter where you shoot. That's center mass. You're gonna conflict damage. Okay, or inflict. You're going to inflict damage. Okay, sorry. Got different words there. Must be the tickling. So you want to make sure you inflict damage. So you're gonna be shooting multiple times, but you're not necessarily gonna be what's your bullseye? The heart is gonna be shooting hearts all day long. Yeah, if you're able to do that, great. But if not, don't worry about it because you're looking at center mass. The thing about aiming is when you go farther, if the threat is farther, then you want to make sure that you're not hitting the wrong person. Wherever the threat is closer and you have civilians around, you want to make sure you're hitting the target. So that's why you have to practice shooting. So shoot your best, but don't, just because you can't hit the bullseye, don't think that you can't protect yourself, because you're looking at center mass, and center mass is pretty big, okay? But try to hit bullseyes. So I hope this video helped you out. Hope you're able, there are, you know, there are videos out there that will go into detail about adjusting sights, go into detail about trigger pull, go into details about how you're gonna hold your gun. So you can look at those. I only want to shoot some pointers at you and get you guys thinking, get you guys going, get you guys practicing. All right. So thank you. Keep the Second Amendment alive and tune in again.